Hello chatbox out there. Today in this video I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my weekend. I hope you guys all had a lovely weekend and you've all had a lovely Sunday rest. On my Saturday I got up after a very nice long line. It was well needed as I hadn't been sleeping that well, and I got up, had a shower, got changed, head downstairs, and I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast. My mum was just watching a bit of TV. I then was just playing on Subway Surfer and listening to a bit of music. My dad had been sorting stuff on the house and he'd gone off to have a nap. My older brother and younger brother were on their Xboxes, and my younger brother had ordered some Dominoes and he kindly let me have a bit, bless him. I was then sorting out my blue tuck dolls, and I'm going to show you guys one of them now. Here is one of them, a lovely blue tuck doll. I love her outfit. She's giving me Queen of Hearts vibes from Alice in Wonderland. I love her purple get up, very purple indeed. Her bow, her necklace is beautiful, and she's got lovely black heels on and black leggings, and I got photos of those, put those away, and then I was just working on some illustrations, doing a bit of colouring in, and the gel pens I've got aren't the best. I'm a little bit annoyed because most of them I've barely used them, and quite a few of them have been had to go in the bin because they've run out of ink already, which is not very good, which is very frustrating. So I'm probably going to have to get some more gel pens pretty soon. Then I had some lunch. I had some jam sandwiches and a cup of tea. My mum then went off for a doctor's checkup, and my dad then had to go and drop some food and a newspaper and stuff to my grandparents, and I had a TV all to myself. So I watched Stardust, put on the Subway Surfer, listened to a bit of music, did a bit of drawing. The dog was looking all around the house for my dad because he doesn't like when my dad goes out. He gets very pining after him, and so I just sat stroking him, making a fuss of him. And then I watched Friday Modern Millie, which is such a great film, one of my favourite Julie Andrews films, and it's just so good, so funny. I went and saw it for my 19th or 20th birthday treat with my older sister and my mum, and it was just amazing. And so I watched that, and then my dad was back from dropping shopping to my grandparents, and my mum was back from her checkup, and then we had steak for tea, and I ended up having a nap as I had a bit of a headache, so I didn't have my tea until later on, and we then were watching a bit of Star Trek. I then finished writing my journal and was watching Casualty, and The Voice is the Battlegrounds, and it's so good. I would not want to be in the judges' positions having to pick who to keep and who to get rid of, because I guess it's so amazing. I wish I had an ounce of their talent. And then I was just listening to a bit of music, doing a bit of drawing, watching some TikToks and some vlogs, reading a bit of The Mud by Society, and had a cup of warm milk and some biscuits. And then I watched a bit of Hocus Pocus. Love that film. Don't care if it's not Halloween. That film is just so good. An all year round film because it's just amazing. I absolutely love it. Love Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker, and the one who plays Michael, I can never remember her name, but it's so good. Apparently they've done a second film, but I'm not sure if I will be watching that. I'm not sure even if I can find it. I'll probably try and find it and just have a little nose, but the original is too good. I don't think it needed a sequel, but hey ho. And then I went off to bed. I got up for my Sunday, had a nice fresh shower, got changed, had some toast, put on the Subway Surfer, watched a bit of TV, and then I was working on some illustrations, and I'm going to show you guys my newest ones now. Many pages full of illustrations. Here you go. Colour fusion, colour explosion. I've been going through and colouring in a load of them. Hello. And yeah, I absolutely love illustrating, and yeah, they're not the best. I'm not the best illustrator in the world, but it's my take on them, and it's my own unique style, and I really like illustrating and drawing and just writing and just doing lots of creativeness, colouring in, especially during lockdown. Doing lots of drawing and writing and colouring has been very therapeutic and very helpful for me. And then I was just watching a bit of Doctor Who, listened to a bit of music, and my mum and dad had gone off back to bed because my dad had been sort of stuff on the house and he had a bit of a bad head, and my mum was up and we were watching a bit of TV. Older brother was on his Xbox, younger brother too, and they were both being so crazy. They were both playing the same game, different directions in the house, shouting at one another on the mic so you could hear them from where I was. And yeah, they're just crazy. And older sister was at hers, younger sister's at uni at the moment, and I was reading a bit of the Muppet Society and had a cuppa and some biscuits, and then just tied my office up and put dolls and dolls up and was playing with my main breed doll. I then got myself ready and I went off on a massive walk and got some nature snaps, and I took along with me one of my Barbie extra dolls and took her in my rucksack and went and got some nice nature snaps of her, and I'm going to show you guys those now. Up really well, and I was so worried that I was gonna drop her in the little pond that I got a photo of her next to, and she's brand new. She's probably one of my favourite dolls I've ever got. I've got two of her. I've got one in box and then one out of box, and then I got a little selfie, and I was feeling super good at myself. I was like, yeah, I don't feel like such a big fat ugly mess for a change. And then I've now got spots right here in the T-zone. And I was like, I thought I'd grown out of the awkward spotty stage, but apparently sometimes you never do. And yeah, it's just so annoying. I get them in the most awkward of places, but what can you do? Just don't pick them, don't touch them, just ignore them and hope to God that they go away. And actually, I don't think you can really see them, which is good. So I just need to not touch it and irritate it. And yeah, I used to hate it because due to my dyspraxia, I was held back a year, so I had 2 years of nursery, which is great for me because I didn't know what was going on. I was on my own little planet, but it meant that I was held back a year, so I was a year older than everyone else. Because when I was going through puberty, getting facial hair, going through my spotty stage, most of the other lads in my year weren't going through it. So of course, it was really embarrassing for me. So those years were not the best. And I always found, I don't know, it's probably not true, but I found all the popular kids, they never ever got spots. So I was like, I wish I was like them, because they always looked so great. I just always felt so awful. And yeah, spots suck, but just gotta ignore them and hopefully they'll go on their own. And then I was on my way back and I went off and checked on my best mate, just stood by the door. He was by the door and I stood meters apart, and I was just like, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. And we had a nice catch up and haven't seen him for months and months and months, so it's good to nice to see him. And that's allowed. They said that you're allowed to go and check in on people, but you just can't go inside. So it's not like I was going in for a cup of chow or anything. We followed the rules to the T, and my neighbours were off for a walk. My neighbour and her daughter and her granddaughter were off on a walk, so I saw them and they mentioned about Purdy normally going into their garden to try chase the birds. I was like, yeah, she's a little nightmare. She could be such an angel and then she could be a little terror. And so I had a nice chat with them, lots of laughs. It was lovely to see them. They went off, and then I saw another couple of people that I knew. See, I could never go around where I live and not see someone I know, because it's such a small town, so everyone really knows everyone, which is really lovely. And it was a really good walk. I thought it was going to rain, so I had my coat on, and it got pretty warm, so I was blooming roasting. I was actually, oh my god, I thought I was going to pass out. I was actually sweating like a pig. Got back, uploaded the photos onto my Instagram and social medias and all that kind of thing. Tweeted and messaged my mates and listened to a bit of music. Sat by the fan, did some colouring and some drawing, and had a cup of tea and was like, oh gosh, need to cool down. So I had the fan on, cooled down, watched a bit of TV, nothing in particular, just flicking through the channels. Then watched a bit of stuff on record, and my mum got tea ready, had a pork roast, and it literally smelled so good. And then I was just doing some more drawing, writing a bit in my journal, had a cup of tea. I think I've had so many cups of tea today. I literally love tea so much. If you prick me with a needle instead of blood in my arm, I think tea will probably come out because I just drink so many cups of tea. And then we had our pork roast, which was the most scrummiest, deliciousest roast dinner ever, and I'm going to show you guys that now. It was so delicious. I'm in such a funny mood. I do not know why I'm in such a funny mood at the moment, and I then was just writing a bit more of my journal after tea, listened to a bit of music, did a bit of drawing, messaged some of my mates. There's one guy that I'm talking to at the moment, and I'm just trying not to message too much because I can be a bit too much for people. I don't mean to be so in your face, so bonkers, and yeah, so I'm just trying to rein it in a bit and just not be too crazy. Don't want to be scaring them off or anything. And yeah, I just feel sometimes that I just annoy everyone and no one really likes me, but that's just insecurities. And sometimes your insecurities kind of creep in and you've got to be like, shut down in the box, put them out of your head and be like, nope. And I uploaded a new TikTok of my dolls photography that I got, and it's got 15 watches so far, and I am not caring about likes and watches or anything like that. Likes, unlikes, following. I'm trying not to get so obsessed over stupid things like that. I have a bit of an obsessive personality, so I do get obsessed about stupid things like that. So I'm trying not to let that get to me. And so far it's on 15 watches, and as long as it gets double digits, I don't really care. And yeah, I love it. It's a little flick through TikTok showing some of the photos that I got, and yeah, I really liked the photos I got of my ex Barbie doll. She's just such a beautiful doll, and they came out really well. I was really chuffed with them. I posted in different positions and had trees and stuff around us. It was like very nature vibes, loving it. And yeah, I showed my mum and she was very impressed, bless her. And there's no Dancing on Ice tonight. I think it's either 1 week or 2 week break because a lot of them at the moment have been testing positive for coronavirus, which is not good, and so they've been dropping like flies and having to have the like backups in case people get injured. They also have backup celebs that will come and take over, so they've got to be doing that, so they don't want to be putting them at risk. So a lot of people kick it up. I was like, why are they not having it on tonight? Because they've got to be careful. They've got to make sure that the celebrities and the professionals and the judges and everyone involved are safe. So I'm looking forward to when that comes back, and I am now off to go and start watching WandaVision, which is on Disney Plus, which is going to be upgraded soon to Disney Plus Star, I think it's called, and there's going to be even more TV shows and stuff on there, so I'm really looking forward to that being updated 24th of March. Can't believe we're soon to be in March. This year it's just flying by. Hopefully by April, May time, June time, who knows, I should hopefully be back to work, fingers crossed. The mates I saw today who used to live down the road from me while I was on my walk, they were like, do you know when your workplace is going to be opening again? I was like, I have no clue, but we've got the little takeaway business thing going and that's going well. So who knows, hopefully sooner than later. All we can do is just keep busy and keep positive and hope that things can slowly get back to a bit of normality, whatever normal is. And I'm now off to go and finish writing my journal, probably make myself a cup of tea. Again, so many cups of tea, have a few biscuits, read a bit of The Mod by Society, which is a bloody brilliant book. Can't put the blooming thing down. It's just so good. It's literally a book that I wish I could write. I wish I could write as good as this. And I've been writing a lot of new stuff at the moment, a few short stories here and there, off my notes on my phone, because I used to write them down on pen to paper, but my writing is literally like the hieroglyphics, scribbling, and you can never understand what the hell it is. So thank God for spell checker and stuff on my phone, so it always ends up making sense. The problem with me and writing is that I've always got, they're all up in my head, but I can't get them down onto the paper, which just really stresses me out. But yeah, I've just been trying to do a lot more writing at the moment, which has been good. I love writing. I love escaping into new worlds and creating new worlds. and it would be a dream of mine to write and create my own TV soap or write for the soaps, because I always used to make up storylines. I'd be like to my grandma, I was like, oh yeah, this and that, and then she'd be like, really? I was like, no, that's just what I want to happen. And she was like, oh, I was really looking forward to that happening. And so my friends will say I should write and send stuff onto the soaps, but who knows? I might do that. During lockdown, I might try and send off some random scripts or something, but who knows what will happen. We never thought we'd be in a 2-year pandemic, did we? And hopefully it will only be 2 years. Like with other pandemics, they've only lasted a year or so, and some have lasted longer, so who knows. But this one, with the vaccine and everything, I think things should slowly hopefully be getting a little bit more back to normal. With the more people that get vaccinated, you've got to imagine that the coronavirus is this massive, like, big bubble, and the more people that get vaccinated, the smaller and smaller it gets until it will not be there. It will be like the flu, it will always be around, but they just have to keep updating the vaccine, and so that will be able to count out all the variants and stuff. And we just got to keep calm, keep positive, check on your loved ones, keep following the rules, wearing your mask. I know wearing a mask isn't the best thing, it can be very annoying and very uncomfortable, but we just got to do these things, and hopefully things will be better. And yeah, I am now off to go and just enjoy the rest of my weekend and see where the next day takes me, and just go from there. Really, not really doing much at the moment, just taking one day at a time, and that's all we can do. And I shall love you and leave you. Bye.